This is a 2003 supercharged 1.6 litre Mini Cooper. I picked up this example for £1,500 and to be honest, I think it's a great deal.
But is it really? The Mini suffers from many age and maintenance related issues. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, in my 3 months of Mini ownership I've spent over £600 on parts alone. And this time I've replaced both the head gasket and exhaust manifold just to get the car roadworthy. I've also installed a few performance modifications, but I'll discuss these in another video. So what is it that makes it special?
The Mini, famed for its handling, the old models and the new ones, be it for good or bad, they've always been quite agile, quite light, but until the new BMW Minis came in there wasn't really much punch behind them. Obviously this, as an R53, is BMW's first attempt at a front wheel drive car. So, personally I'd say they've done pretty well. The steering's quite tight, it's direct. Wherever you point it is exactly where it's going to go. I know a lot of cars at the moment feel quite vague. Currently I'm driving a Vauxhall Corsa and it is... it's not even comparable to the level of feedback you get while driving the Mini. You can feel the power, you can feel every corner, you can feel every bump on the road. That being said, it brings me on to my next point. It isn't a comfortable ride as you'd traditionally describe it. The Mini is quite bumpy and thanks to its firm suspension, it does suffer from quite a lot of suspension issues over time. It's definitely a car you need to be aware of its limitations before you just jump in and drive, especially with the age. Now I've not driven one of the new Minis, but I'd imagine that they've fixed these problems while still retaining the same go-kart like handling. But you can't, when you put the foot down, it's just there and it sounds amazing. You've got to love that. You've got to love that.
Right, so we've talked about how the Mini drives, some of the problems it faces, but is it actually a suitable everyday car? I let Dylan organise this one and come up with an original practicality test, but all he did was rip off Top Gear.
So we don't have any luggage, we don't have any shopping bags, so we're going to see if we can fit a man in the boot instead. Dominic? Ow! Yes, you can fit a man in the boot.
But how does the Mini do in comparison to a current gen Fiesta?
I don't think so.
I'm not sure I even need to explain this result. It really says a lot about Ford owners when the car draws attention to itself when it detects a person inside the boot. Our next test was based on the comfort of a fully loaded Mini, alongside any luggage items that any of the 4 passengers might be carrying. This went about as well as you'd expect.
The GoPro's recording, so what I'm going to do is going to film you dogging it in, so I'll speed it up to save your dignity. Film everything.
Oh yeah, it just collapsed.
My toes!
Cardex.
This is incredibly comfortable.
Right, hold
Might not be
on. Move forward. Have you got some space?
No.
All of us are around 6 foot, and to be honest, there was a lot of compromise needed to actually get everyone into the Mini's small frame. That being said, we did manage it.
Right, everyone buckled up?
Yes,
Kids, you ready to go?
Move forward like an inch.
And we'll get a wee,
Back view.
got a back view, so just press the top button.
How you doing?
There we go. Hello.
Why can't we see ourselves?
Because it's just shut that just to save power. So boys, I'm going to ask you one by one what you actually think of the Mini. Don't hold back just because it's my motor.
Well, I'm immediately going to criticise how the door does want to close while you're getting in the car.
That's right. I don't
That
actually
is a
know
bit
if that's a factory thing. Other doors have like kind of incremental closing things.
This is not. This is
This does not.
I must say the air con leak maybe wasn't the smartest decision in some.
Funny, I did mention that when Adam was in the car saying they're going to hate this.
The space in the back, I have no knee room. Lots of head space because it's a tall car.
That's good.
But the knees, Adam, show the knees. There is literally digging into Callum. If I was to move my knees, Callum would get jiggled about.
I'm getting jiggled about as he's moving his knees.
See, I'm taller than both of you, and okay, sure, I wasn't on your side, but
You're not allowed to complain about headroom, you're in the front.
no,
Please.
We're not going to McDonald's.
I don't want to make them.
Cherry blossom a tree.
Casual racism as well.
If you get 4 reasonably sized adults in the car, it is very, very cramped, especially if one of them happens to be sitting directly behind you and needs a little bit more legroom. We're all surviving.
I'm definitely okay. But I wouldn't be because
Do you
I
think
was
you could go very far like this?
Things were actually going really well until we were reminded of the stiff suspension.
Let's go in here. Oh, my bones! My knees!
All joking aside, my ankles actually were in considerable pain after only a short 5-minute journey.
Yes, father. Can I have
It's this commanding nature that
Get
the
out.
reason Mum's divorcing you.
I don't think this has gone well.
Jesus. Jesus.
See, Cal, this is why I thought doing it in that.
This is a pain. I'm getting out this. I have a slight problem here. It is very difficult to get out this side because of the steering wheel. Oh god.
Mike, it won't catch me.
Oh.
How's your brushes?
One's a brush, one's a tripod.
Look at him, so does that.
As you can probably figure out, spirits were very high after that 5-minute car journey. So, we've reached the conclusion that the Mini isn't very practical, demands heavy maintenance, and for the most part offers an uncomfortable ride. But we still love it. The novelty of a supercharger bolted onto a small city car is too fun to resist. Sure, you might get smoked by the local yob in his yellow RS3, but I can guarantee that you'll be having much more fun than him.
Muppet. The Caprice, while it is good value for money, does have its problems. Would I recommend you get one? Well, for 1,500 quid you can't have much more fun than this, can you?